Let's give it a second because it always wants to not go live right when I press it. Good morning, guys. Let's wait till we see ourselves. There we are. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Auntie Tay. If you guys are new here, if you're watching the live stream, the replay, welcome. If you're watching the live stream, welcome. So today is I didn't have this on the schedule, but I knew I wanted to do it before we left. So we are going to actually assemble Landis's grad cap. So we are making a Finding Nemo themed grad cap, which is, this is perfect. So I have been designing all week and fine tuning the grad caps that I'm going to bundle for Monday to come out. There are 12 characters and then 12 add-ons that go with the characters, or you can make your own themes. So we have Dr. Seuss, Oh, the Places I'll Go. We have A Million Dreams Are Keeping Me Awake, Beauty and the Beast. I just finished The Most Wonderful Story. I have them all uploaded, but I have this ready to go. So we're going to make this one. This one's going to say, see you later, dudes. And that was Landis's fave movie. 2 Rapunzels, 1 Cars. So there's one At Last I See the Light, and then I think they both say that. I just did them in 2 different color schemes, and so that you can add flowers. So those will be available. We may list them on Etsy soon, but I don't have them packaged ready for Etsy, like with actual photos and stuff. So the goal is to get my Finding Nemo one done, so I at least can bring this to Mexico with us. Hello, I could decorate her cap. School doesn't allow it. So this is what we did. I know, Missy, and you've been here, so I know you know this answer, but we made this last week, and it's just a cute little cup. It would be so cute for any grad. You can put money inside of it. And we made charms. We did this last week. If you missed any of our live streams last week, we were going crazy on Mother's Day for stuff and all this stuff. But I leave next week, so I won't be live at all. The laser series will start coming out next week. And then June, I just set up the schedule. We are going to do a Craft Your Stash June. So join me as I craft my stash and create more fun things with our files and all the things. And then July, we're going to do Christmas in July, Craft Your Stash. So I'm excited for the summer with you guys. Okay, so when I asked her, do you want me to decorate the cap or like a topper that we put on the cap, she said the actual cap. So I'm kind of scared to put heat transfer vinyl on it. I may have to do like some testing with heat. First of all, why are grad caps so weird? I was like, who came up with this concept? But anyways, I'm sure it was some super smart person, and there's a reason, and I don't know. Mr. Graduation came up with it. So let's get started. What I'm actually doing for her cap is, and you'll see all the details. So every cap I designed has a ton of fun little details that you can either nix or you can add on. And you can do them in so many different things. So we're gonna do some paper, and we're gonna do some heat transfer vinyl. We're gonna do some holographic, some glitter, some iridescent, some regular, and then some cardstock. So we're gonna do all of that on one design, and then all the other designs you can do that as 2. This one won't need very many add-ons, but we have like Hawaiian flower add-ons. I added some roses, some rolled flowers, butterflies, a bunch of things. So let's get cutting. I tried to set this up as like not confusing as possible for when I'm live. Okay. Was somebody calling me? I swear, man. Ugh. I hope you guys could still hear me, but also I just hope YouTube cuts that out afterwards. So anyways, what I was saying was I am down to just either really big rolls of white or little scraps of white. And so I actually sliced the See You Later dudes into 2 different squares, but I just grabbed a square and realized it already had something cut out of it. So that's fun. And see, like I have all these little like thin, and I need like a little square. I just need a square. Okay, this should work. Oh geez. needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is cutting it. Oh wait, this way it'll fit. So, all right, anyways, I will get to your guys' comments in a second, so don't feel like I'm ignoring you. I just want to get this cut going, and then we'll get started on chatting. Got any questions? You guys like me doing Cricut stuff? I've been really, like, I either want to go all in with Cricut stuff or I don't want to go all in, and I was like, you know what? Just do it. You love cricketing. Like, you love this stuff. And so, duh, we're gonna do it. Okay, hopefully these two little squares work. I got a mirrored, I set it all up before the live so that I wasn't trying to think like, okay, this one's gonna be mirrored, this one's not. I will just mess up if I end up doing that. Okay, so we got a Bluetooth there. I hate cutting live. I love doing Cricut stuff, but I hate cutting live because Cricut Design Space can just have so many issues. No, not glitter iron on. Everyday iron on. And we're ready to go. Okay. Hi, Clarita. All right, so I froze there for a second, I know. Tiffany says, hey, ladies, Tiff's in the house. I can't believe she's graduating. I know, right? I'm like, ugh. Hey from Nebraska. Hey, ladies. Seriously, though, first of all, she already graduated in December, technically, so it was up in the air if she was going to walk at all, and so I was like, don't get excited. She probably just wants to lay low, not do anything, and sure enough, she's like, I'm walking, and she's asked me to do her grad cap and go all out for it, so, and she asked me to do her senior portraits, too, so I'm just, like, so excited for all of it, because I originally was gonna just like hire a photographer to do her senior portraits because I didn't want to be like act like I'm forcing my services, but no, she's definitely, so anyone who has teenagers who like is just like, they hate me, they're never gonna talk to me again, that's normal. I'm learning that with my second too. Like, it's totally normal, but they come back, especially the girls. I don't know how boys are, actually. I've heard the opposite. I've heard boys like later leave and they never come back unless, I don't know. There's a lot there. So just finishing making basketballs out of the Tide Pod containers for centerpieces for my cousin's graduation celebration. Okay, if you're watching the replay too, comment. I want to know all the creative grad stuff that you guys do, because I've got 2 more years till Briley graduates, and so I know she's gonna be all over the ideas like that. But that is the cutest idea, to make basketballs out of them. And after I started making these, I was like, all of Landis's friends and other senior buddies that we know have already kind of gotten their senior portraits and everything done. But I'm going to put it out there even next year to be like, anybody need a grad cap? I'm designing this week and I need pictures of them. So, but if you see photos of Briley graduating, it's just because I need photos. Don't think she's actually graduating. Okay, as much as I like to weed on the mat, I'm going to get these off so that I can get the next cut going, because I am working with one mat here these days. Okay, I found this, and it's going to be so cute for the bubbles, I think. Yes, because it's supposed to be blue. The bubbles are supposed to be blue. But I have to pray I remember the settings for it, because it's holographic. I'm just going to put it on light cardstock. If it cuts all the way through, oh well, we get little bubbles cut all the way through, which actually make my life easier. Let's do not medium cardstock. Let's do light cardstock, and then that's what I cut my holographic on. But this is holographic, but it's different. It's like iridescent, and that one is not Caesar. Most everything else I'm using is Caesar. Tide Pod basketballs. That's so much Tide Pods you got to go through, though. How many are you making? Because do you ask around for them, or do you that would be so cute for boys or girls if they played basketball. Actually, one of my best friends' daughters plays basketball, so I'm gonna throw that idea out for her, because her daughter's just a freshman. So I'm like, you got some time. All right, I think I got a tiny little corner not cut because it was a little too small, but oh no, 2 spots. but I have little hacks for that. You can either recut just that letter, or you can slice on Design Space where you cut off and cut it exactly the shape, or you can manually cut a little piece to like blend it in. There's many ways to deal with this stuff, guys. Okay, see? So don't fret. You guys are gonna learn hacks with me when you're running out of material. All right, let's see if it cut all the way through. No. Good, but let's make sure it actually cut though. Yes. Okay, so light cardstock, if you have any of these, works. The 65-pound. Okay, our next color will be, if you guys want me to do examples of the other ones, I literally don't understand why we freeze like that. I don't get it. I hate technology. Anyways, yeah, that's part of our design we need to save. Okay, so our next one is the swoosh. I'm actually gonna go down to the words to get those done. The swooshes, they're like 3 different sizes of the waves. Okay, we're gonna do see you later, dudes, in medium cardstock, in actual cardstock. Because we're gonna make these kind of 3-dimensional on, let me make sure this is actually gonna fit. 9 inches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 8.5. Okay, I think we have to go this way. Where am I at on this mat? I need the actual measurements. 8.5. Okay. That should be good, but I could slice it. It's designed for heat transfer vinyl, really, to keep it all in place. But with cardstock, it's just gonna come apart. So, okay, where are we at? Just finished making, I read that one. I'm so happy she chose to walk. I think she would have regretted it later in life if she missed it. It's such a rite of passage. I know, and I just, like, I'm getting, like, okay, so I was trying to say that in the beginning. I'm getting so, like, what? Because her graduation cap looks just like mine, even though she's homeschooled and does not go to the same school I went to. Mine was the same color. I had yellow and blue tassel, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this was just yesterday. I feel like I was graduating and now my baby? Like, what? That's weird. First of all, she's like 10 times my height. And then now she's graduating. Like, what? I love holographic, but it's just hard time weeding it, and I like weeding. So if you have a hard time weeding holographic, it's probably because you're not cutting it deep enough. If it cuts, it literally weeds like a dream. So if you haven't tried light cardstock or medium cardstock for your holographic, try it. And if it's still not weeding well, do higher pressure. Or 2 cuts. Try that. Even just try it with something small so you can see what I mean, because if you get it to cut properly, it weeds better than everything. And I don't know what brand this heat transfer vinyl is actually, because as I'm weeding it, I'm like, this is not Caesar. It's not stretchy enough. So I have scraps from all different types of brands, and I'm like, I really need to use them up so I can just get the brands I really like. Oh, okay, this is the, no, it's there. Okay, I was like, did my design not cut the centers of the letters? I tested all the designs out too in Design Space. I made sure that they were like gonna cut properly, and all 24 designs that come in the package are good to go. So if you don't wanna wait for me to show them off, you can feel free to download this. I'm gonna package it just like I did the keychains before I actually give them over to get listed on the website. So they'll be, if you're on Craft Day Creators page, I put a spot where I just bundle the things I'm talking about for the day. And that's where these will be. Oh, this worked perfect. Okay, so see you later, dudes. I may want to cut this out of something. That's going to be obnoxious, heat transferring it onto all those little letters, but that's okay. It's better than trying to layer glitter or glue paper on. I would have been layering it if it was paper too. So I don't know where my scraper tool is. Where's my scraper tool? Okay, don't rip it. Sometimes this method works good and sometimes this method is not so good. So it really just depends on how I'm feeling, which changes daily, so. Okay, I need my scraper tool though, because, there's one, the small one. Oh, my big one's over there. All right, get all this junk off of here. We have more cutting to do. Okay, so we made 10 and we asked around and rated our town's recycle bins. I'll post pics in the comments on the replay. Love it. I can't wait to see them. So you paint them orange and then are you blinging? Like, no, they're probably for boys, right? What are you doing to them? I want to know. Okay, so we are on to 1, 2, 3. We cut. Oh, we got to. I did it wrong. Does it matter? Yeah, it matters. Okay, so I'll do the bubbles at the end because I think I cut the wrong color, but I have plenty. Stay on. I'm going to need you in a second. Okay, I'm just going to let it turn off. And then I'll turn it back on. Okay, so I made this one be the largest swoosh. What? Okay, I'm holding that down. We'll deal with you in a second. Okay, so we've got the largest swoosh. I am doing medium cardstock because I'm cutting holographic. And if you try to use the holographic setting on Cricut, it will not work. It will not cut properly. And holographic has this like little film that sometimes when you're weeding, it'll start to peel just the film up if it's not cut properly. So it can be quite annoying when you're trying to cut it. But since this was stored in a roll, I am going to washi tape it down because I don't want it to pop up in the middle of our cut because that's annoying. And the faster these machines go, I know that that's like the thing that's coming out is these machines are going faster and faster. It actually like is dangerous sometimes because it ruins our material. And then you're like, I'm stuck with scraps or trying to work around things that got ruined. So washi tape is a great hack to keep it down. But I also prefer to store my hate transfer vinyl in flat sheets, as flat as possible, because it just makes the cutting process faster and easier and less error. Okay, we're doing the big swoosh that's gonna go on the middle of the cap now. And I'm gonna throw all my scraps that I don't need away so I don't get confused with what's what. Old me would have been like, I'm cutting them all, I'm syncing all the colors, I'm doing it all at once, I'm over trying to save time, but me, wise old me, knows just do it one project at a time because you will get confused and you will make mistakes. So, okay. I'm wondering if I can almost, oh, you know what we're gonna do? We are going to layer these papers. You see this? I'm coming up with hacks for days, guys. So we're putting heat transfer vinyl on the paper, but since the paper is all in pieces, I'm gonna leave this intact and we'll use the sticky paper to guide where we're going. But these cuts are gonna go really fast because they're just waves. But that wave was big, so I'm glad I had a lot of that blue. Do you guys like when I cut live, or would you prefer me to have pieces cut? I feel like you guys probably learn a lot when I go live and cut, but sometimes it's stressful. But if you guys don't mind, I won't get stressed about it, and then we can just go from there. Okay, I think this wave will fit, and I feel horrible, like, wasting this much blue. I'm not going to waste it, though. We're going to cut around it once we cut it. It's like this diagonal swoosh. So I'm going to just kind of put this a little diagonal so I can at least try to get it along the line. Okay, and then this, we're just going to use glitter setting because that works just fine. Glitter iron-on. Mirror on, yep, it is, because I set that before. And then I think we're using, I wanted to use this glitter, but it wasn't big enough for anything. So I think we're using this one for the small one. Okay, I'm going to cut around, make sure we're not frozen. My phone's been frozen up over there. Okay, so we don't waste a bunch of material. We're gonna cut as, so you see why I hate working in rolls? It's just obnoxious. And I get it, like this is bigger than 12 inches. No, it can't be. Oh, it's the hypotenuse. That's why it's longer. I was like, it can't be longer than 9 inches, but it's the hypotenuse of the cap. I'm like, stop. It's a grad theme, so we can say sciencey words. Okay, so it's gonna just be a very subtle wave in the background, at least in the middle. So I designed these like waves, and I also, when I was designing this, needed waves. So I also created a mixed media waves bundle for you guys too, because I was like, we don't have waves, we need waves. There's a few things that actually came out of this. I was like, we need waves, I just cut bubbles. Erg. Okay, it's not what I wanted to do. Wow. Okay, this is why. Let me just double check where we're at. This is the middle-sized wave. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's only 3 pieces to this wave. Okay, at least the bubbles only cut on the top. I'm gonna cut them off. We can use these bubbles somewhere else, or if they look cute, they're pretty, I might as well try them on something. They like are the same color as the background too, so they might look like they're in the back, you know? Plus we're adding bling. We're not doing that today. I'm taking this with me to Mexico to bling this. Okay, as long as this goes down to the 8-inch mark, which it does, and then it goes like this, I'm gonna just make it a little diagonal. We're back to what I was just doing. I don't make these kinds of mistakes if I'm just like in the zone crafting, but sometimes I do. It's because I jumped around too on the project, because we skipped some of the smaller stuff to go to the, I don't know what we did, honestly. I made a mistake. I like when you cut online. I just learned more about holographic cut settings by you saying it. Thanks. And we got another Tiffany in the house. We got Tiff in the house, and we got Tiffany Dent in the house. So welcome. I love watching you create the whole project. Don't get stressed. All right, I'm not stressed. Mistakes are happy times, right? It's actually fine as long as I'm not, like that one was like, okay, the bubbles were just up in the corner, so no big deal. But when you make a wrong cut and it takes up all the material, you're like, I needed that. So, but that's how we learn, I guess. Sometimes they're more expensive mistakes, so that's annoying. Okay, so this guy is gonna go right, oh good, my little center hole design was like the perfect size. So he's gonna go like that, and then, oh, I think I just reloaded it. And then we have one more swoosh to cut, and I think most everything except the bubbles are cut, because I want to, which those are fine because they're like little ads all around at the end, so we'll do that at the end. Okay, we have one more swoosh. We're gonna use holographic because I have 2 colors of blue. Okay, one more swoosh, and he needs to be 7.5. Let's make sure. Yeah, he's good. And then he needs to go over to the 5.5. So he's like almost perfect. I'm still gonna diagonal it a bit just so it makes sure. And then we're gonna put this on medium cardstock, 80 pound, 21 GSM. And then we will be all cut. This blue, I know this blue, for some reason, this light blue glitter heat transfer vinyl has this like stiffness to it. I don't know if it's like the colors they use to make it, but I've used it many times, obviously, because I'm down to my scraps. But I believe it was actually in one of our original summer mystery boxes. That's where that color came from. How fun is that? Okay, this is literally, it looks like the EAC, and I am living for it. It's gonna be so cute. Okay, so just to get an idea of where we're going with this. Plus we gotta actually cut a little more of that Y. It's gonna say, see you later, dudes, and I'm gonna bling the white, possibly, depending on what I think needs the bling, but I'm pretty sure I'm blinging the white with our iridescent white, because then it'll give like a couple colors and it'll look like water. It's gonna be so cute. I also, I cut Crush, that's the back. I used a scrap. He goes like this, and I cut his silhouette out of wood because I want to print and cut him or order UV of Crush. And so in this file, I will add PNGs of like the characters that go with them in Elements. If you guys want to add those will just be like in the file for funsies. But the design itself doesn't have any characters on them. Yeah, they're all just kind of themed around the character, and then you can add whatever characters you want. I think actually, so I'm doing, this one's my favorite because it's Landis's and it's also her favorite character. So it's like nostalgic for me. Do you see how, okay, but hold up. Let's take a second, because do you see? I wish you could hear it. It's like this, it just weeds so good when you learn to actually like get the cut settings right. It's just a dream when the cut settings are wrong. So bad, let me tell you. So this wave comes in the design, but it will also be in the waves, mixed media waves. Okay, so this is what the wave looks like, and I think, so we're gonna heat transfer vinyl this on to the hat. I'm scared. Okay, so the wave is gonna start like this. That's gonna be the base. Okay, turn that back on. I think I'm gonna, okay, this is my first time, I think, using the Cricut Live. What's going on? It's like malfunctioning. I wonder if I have to unplug it to like reset the factory settings. I have no idea. I'm gonna leave it unplugged for a second, honestly. And then we'll cut the bubbles out of paper. Did I ever cut white paper? No. So that's what was my thing, was I wanted to do bubbles out of paper. The background is just gonna be white, and then the tops are gonna be holographic. I cut the bubbles though out of the holographics, but I think I cut, yeah, now that I look at it, I cut the backgrounds, and I needed to cut the backgrounds out of the white and the foregrounds out of this. So we're gonna go back to the backgrounds right here and make sure it goes to 9 inches. I can move them. Let's edit and move these. Okay. I could have either moved my paper or I could have moved the design. And we want to do medium cardstock. And these are going to be, the backgrounds of the bubbles are white because they pop through the little fluorescent, like the little reflector part. But they also, I wanted to make them solid back there so that the bubbles were a little bit sturdier because they're little. So I want to get this going, but my heat press is being dumb. So that's always fun. But if you've never tried heat transfer vinyl on cardstock, it's really nice. It really is. Okay, we'll pull this guy out if we have to. I don't want to because I don't want to put this on the grad cap. Let me plug him back in. Hold on, guys. I gotta plug it. We gotta get the little one to work. And I have like 4 little heat presses. I just don't have them in a spot where I know where they're at. Okay, I plugged him back in. Dude, something's wrong with it. I have no idea what I could have done to it. Ugh. Okay, I know I have my other brands. My HTVrons never given me issues. I don't want to use the big one on it. Where are my other ones? I gotta think. Alright, well that's dumb. Because the whole point that I was doing with this whole project, I think my blade might need to be changed out soon because I've been cutting a lot of paper. And I've never had that issue with cardstock. So the whole point was to put heat transfer vinyl on paper, and my little heat press is not working. I have like 5. Where are they? Oh, okay. We will use, I'll get all this out of my way in a second. There's more on the mat. I really don't like working with paper. There's just too many little pieces that you have to get off and put in the right spot. So, I'll show you guys how to cut the Y, because I need to cut the little Y and the U. Okay, I really need, the problem with using the big one too is I don't have my mat handy. I'm a hot mess. Gotta get this organized. It is organized, but I gotta make sure I have all my right things near me. Okay, so now we're gonna cut the right side of the bubbles, these ones, with medium cardstock, and I'm just gonna flip this over and use this side. We have a lot of extra like different colored bubbles, so I could use that on another project. Whenever I make mistakes, but it still works out to have like something cute cut, it just wasn't for this project, I put it in like a pre-cut, like hearts. Sometimes I'll even cut extra hearts. Like if I'm cutting 4 or 5 hearts, I'll just like duplicate a bunch and then I'll keep those if they fit on my material, so that way like I can grab some hearts really quickly to add to something fun. Like maybe I'm making a gift and I just need a little heart. I'll just grab from my pre-cut elements that I would cut during a different project. Just a little tip for you while I'm making a lot of mistakes, so I want you to learn something here. Okay, literally, it's gonna drive me nuts. I gotta find, I have them. Okay. Don't get stressed. Literally what I just said, remember earlier, was the machines go so fast, it like pushed the holographic up. Luckily it didn't cut anything, so we'll just restart the cut. Hopefully it doesn't start off from where it was at. Okay, so we're gonna cut that again. The machine, it goes so fast right when it goes in and out, and it flips it up sometimes, and then it starts cutting, and the material is, and this is gold right here. I only have this scrap of this, and I really want it. So we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. All right, hold on, guys. It's okay. I'm learning with every live we do, like what I need to have available. Like I definitely need my table that has a drawer. This is annoying not having my tools like here and only being able to have them up there. All dumb things, but needed things. Okay, plugging him in. And if you want to see Landis in a really fun video, when we first got this little mini Easy Press, we did the live together, and it's one of my favorite videos. We kept saying, it's so easy, and then by the end, that was like what we were saying. So anybody remember that? Anybody been here that long? She was probably like 10, but it was, so like 8 years ago. But it was, I still remember that video, and every time I go to press a button on it, I'm like, it's so easy. But it's not gonna be that easy for these little tiny intricate things. I tell ya. This is why I need more than just me too in my lives. But, okay. So can you see how like dreamy it weeds? Ugh, if you get that cut setting right, it literally dreams so amazing. Okay, so let me show you. Oh, I can do, oh, wait, don't freak out. So they've got to make like transfer tape for paper so that I could like hold all the bubbles. I mean, I'm sure that would work if I were to put a little sliver of transfer tape onto the cut before I pull it off and then keep all the bubbles in the same spot so that I could put them all on this at the same time. That would just be less tiny little stuff I gotta do. Okay, so these little bubbles have their little reflections, and I'll show you in a second when I get them all out. So did I miss any themes that I came out with? I also want this to be at 335. No, I want this at temp 320. So easy. Okay. So I hate little pieces. It's okay. All right, I think we're done cutting, so I can come back to you guys in the comments. Family caught alive. Oh, finally caught alive. We get to spend more time with you when you cut online. Good idea. I couldn't join Monday either. I'm not sure what happened. Yes, Monday was a hot mess. I kind of gave a disclaimer that we may or may not have Zoom on Monday in the live because I had to run and do some stuff. Who's my dog barking at is the question. Mail. We are getting packages from a lot of things. Okay. Oh my gosh. No, this is going to be annoying because I have to line up from smallest to biggest. Like there's these tiny little bubbles. They're the same size too. Okay, guys, this is going to be annoying. But here's our bubbles. And then you layer them. There must be a male person here because don't do this. Oh my gosh. Are we back? Okay, I just feel like, personally, I just feel like I'm being attacked today. Big time, honestly. That's okay. I literally woke up knowing that because I was just like, oh, it's going to be one of those kind of days. So, sorry, guys. Okay, that worked, though. That worked good. So here's our bubble. It has a little white shiny, and then he'll go on the hat. Oh, it's going to look cute, too. It's going to be worth the attack. There's going to be a ton. Okay, I might pop in for part 2 later or tomorrow morning to finish this up because I got to find the right things for us. I do not want to ruin her hat. So I think I'm just going to slowly but surely go in with a little corner. What I wanted to do was I'm going to test the heat on this fabric because there was a time, and I'm pretty sure it'll be durable because the inside, though, not so much because the inside is made out of this exact material I burnt once. I literally tried to do heat transfer vinyl on something, a toy box made out of this, and it melted like instantly, just like disintegrated. And I was like, well, that's not gonna work. So I can't remember if I finished that project. Let's try to do this. I have it on the design to fit on the hat. Okay, I think that'll work. The fabric was fine with the heat, so I'm not gonna go like straight on the hat though. I'm just gonna kind of use the corner to hit only the heat transfer vinyl. why we keep freezing. I put my phone in Do Not Disturb, and I'm not sure if it's my service, because I don't have Wi-Fi out here very good either. So it's a lot of technical issues living up in the woods. I'm gonna cut the plastic so that it's a little bit more flexible around. I'm just cutting the plastic like so that it can bend around this. I could take the little knob off and like reattach it, but there's not like a super easy way to do that, and I didn't want to ruin it. So we're not gonna do that. I love that you like to spend time with me, Clarita. I'm like, am I bugging you by always being live, or do you guys like it? I would really like to see the centerpieces too. Yes. So the centerpieces are not my project. They're, it was Tiff that did them. Maybe use Teflon sheet. Yeah, I like to be precise with where I'm hitting it. I don't want to put a lot of pressure. I'll go in and do like more when I find my little guy. But I want a little bit of pressure just on the heat transfer vinyl. But I don't want a ton because I don't want to damage any of the fabric on the hat. And I'm deciding if I want to bling. I think I'll just do subtle bling on some of the parts that are like already cool looking, like the holographic. And then I'll do, see, I don't want this fabric to like get wavy or anything. I'm like, is it doing that? I also know the inside of the cap is probably cardboard. So I'm like, as expensive as these things are, they're really made not that expensive. The fabric's kind of cheap. But you could probably find grad caps at the thrift store. Off season, probably more. Because I would be scared to do this to someone's graduation cap if they spent money on it. Okay, so I'm just gonna get the plastic off. Oh, it worked good! Look at that! This one goes here. That one goes there. Like, oh my gosh. No, like, seriously, why do we keep freezing? I really just hope for the replay it just cuts those parts out. Because honestly, all I was doing was staring at this image. Yes, definitely want to be careful, right? I know, it's scary. I'm going to cut this as close to the design as possible because the plastic is getting all up in my way. Okay. It's much easier without the little knob. So then I'm just using just the edge. Is she going to be wearing a scale? A what? I love when you go live. Thanks. Okay, see, I'm not seeing the comments here now. Yes, it was Dustin calling me. Hopefully he's okay. I also just need to not go live on my phone. But the thing is, all of my devices ring. My laptop rings, my iPad rings, everything rings. So if I'm not in Do Not Disturb and someone tries calling me, but it usually doesn't interrupt the live if I'm in Do Not Disturb. So I don't know why it's doing that today. Just one of them days. Okay, but I do gotta get going. We're going to celebrate Mother's Day today. So I got to go, but I may pop in and do the rest of these live. If not, and you remember, check the Craft Day site, Craft Day Creators homepage, because this will be bundled there, and along with the other characters. And you guys can get as creative as you want. And if you guys have finished photos because you make anything, feel free to send them my way and we'll compensate you some way so we can use them. If you ever finish a project that I don't have a photo of, that would be awesome. Okay, so here's our waves. It's gonna say, see you later, dudes, with Bubbles and Crush. So I'm gonna cut him. So he is gonna be like swimming in the EAC with some UV-DTF or printable. I was thinking about doing like a printable sticker paper that we talked about last week that I can't remember who told me about, someone in the live last week. And then you print it, and then I was gonna UV resin and glitter him a little bit. And then this is all mixed up because it's paper, but see you later, dudes. And then it's double layered, and we're gonna like, do you get what I'm going with? And then all these bubbles are going to be all over. And if you look at the actual design, you can see where I put the bubbles, and it's super cute. So, oh, here's the later dudes. It'll be like this, but much cuter. All right, but I have to finish it before Monday because that's when we fly down to Mexico. And this is my project while I'm down there, is to bling it. All right, so I will see you guys possibly tomorrow morning. If not, there is a series coming out that, so you guys can watch me, but I can hang out with you guys. But I will be back hugely organized when we start our June Craft Your Stash. And it'll be last week of May too. I'll jump in with some more like Hot Mess Express crafts, okay? All right, be sure to show the finished project. Have a great trip. Oh, you will, and you'll see them in her senior portraits as well, because that's the whole thing, is we're taking senior portraits in Mexico by the sea. So I have to finish it. And no Zoom Monday. Nope, our newsletter will say that too. And actually Zoom schedule's changing completely. I'm going to add another one. Okay, so if you guys have preference, message me. I do get your emails if you send me through the forms on our Craft Day membership. Let me know what works best, because I'm going to make a new schedule for the summertime. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.